Welcome back. So today's video, what we're going to be going over is what's called the shopping cart trick. And for me personally, this is one of probably the coolest tricks that you can do. If you're someone who has a very thin credit profile, meaning you could be a college student and you don't really have any cards, any accounts, and you're starting off from scratch. Or maybe you're somebody that went through a bankruptcy and you're starting over from scratch. You don't really have accounts, you don't have credit cards to start building positive trade lines, building positive payment history. You don't have that. So, what happens when you don't have any payment history or any credit scores? And you apply for a Chase or an Amex or one of the higher ticket type of credit cards, they're not going to give it to you, right? They want to see positive history. They want to see that you're a responsible consumer before you're able to get the best type of credit cards. So this is kind of a workaround for you to be able to get credit cards, even though they're merchant accounts or they're store cards, but they're able to still get on your credit profile without having to get a hard inquiry. So this is going to be soft inquiries. And over the next few months, you're going to start building positive payment histories, and that's going to boost your credit score so that in 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, however you do this, you'll be able to go ahead and get better cards with rewards programs and the best interest and perks later on. So we're going to work ourselves up to getting the better cards, and this is the best way to do it, in my opinion. So, how does this work? How does the shopping cart work when you're doing the shopping cart trick? And let me go back to the ebook so you guys can see. I've listed about maybe 2 dozen different companies that actually do this. And all the companies that you can do this are the Community Bank retail stores. So let me say that again. The Community Bank retail stores you should be able to do this trick with. So as you can see on this file here, Abercrombie and Taylor, Express, GameStop, J. Crew, Overstock, and I'm a huge fan, sidebar, I'm a huge fan of doing this trick with Overstock.com because they will allow you to give you increases in your max credit limit very frequently. I personally go back to them every 30 days to get an increase. I don't always get it, but it's a soft pull and it doesn't hurt to try. And I'm going to show you that at the end of the video. So the first thing that we need to do after I've already given you why you want to do it and the benefits, let me show you how to do it. The first thing you need to do, make sure whatever browser that you're using, that you are in either incognito mode or you're in private mode. So I'm in Firefox right now and I'm going to do File, New Private Window. All right, I'm in the private window. Now, which website am I going to try to attack today? So I'm going to try and let's do Sportsman Guide. I've heard good things about the Sportsman Guide. So let's go here. And when you do this trick, guys, you want to make sure that the accounts that you're trying to get, please let it be a company and a store that you actually would enjoy shopping in the future. Don't sign up for companies and you're just gonna let the accounts just collect dust. It doesn't make sense. All right, so we're in incognito mode, and the best thing to do, and another thing here, this technique isn't always 100%, meaning I've seen people do this 2 or 3 times in a row and they're able to get 2 pop-ups to go through with the offer. Me personally, I've gone a couple of days trying to get it and I wasn't able to get it, and I would wait a week or two and then I would see the pop-up. So I'm going to show you the techniques, and I'm going to show you the step-by-steps. If it does not work for you, trust me, do not be discouraged. Wait a few days, try it with a different store, and I guarantee you, within a few attempts, you're going to see it. And I'm going to make sure if I'm not able to get it on my first attempt, I'll pause the video, I'll go through a couple of sites just to make sure that today you'll see it is possible. But you might have to be a little bit determined. So the first thing to do, enough talking, let's go ahead and let's start adding some items. So you always want to get about $200 to $300 worth of items. Let's do here, let's do fishing. Let's get some fishing rods. We're going to add to cart. Let's go back. Let's grab another one. We're going to add to cart. Now let's check the cart. Let's see how much I'm working with right now. So I have $499. That works for me. So what we're going to do, we're now going to check out. And now we're going to check out as a guest. All right, we're going to let that pop up. So now we have $500 worth of items here, no problem. Now here we are. It's going to ask me for my information, my billing information. Again, you do not have to pay for anything if you do this correctly. You're going to put in your information manually. You do not want to do an autofill. Don't do that. Type in your information manually. And I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so now it's talking about a membership and paying. No, we're going to just continue to check out. Okay, we're going to leave this as standard ground. Are we going to apply any coupons? No. Let's continue to payment. All right. So normally this would be the place where you would get the pop-up, but we're not seeing it here. So what we're going to do, we're not going to be discouraged. All I'm going to do is exit out. All I'm going to do is exit out, and I'm going to pick another company to try. All right, so private window, New York and Co. We're going to do the same process again. And I'm going to keep doing this because I really want to see if I can do this in one recording. Because most videos I see, they're not able to do it, at least live. And I know it takes a couple of attempts, but I want to make sure that I can at least show you from beginning to end how this looks. Okay, once again, we're going to check out as a guest. Manually putting in my information. Economy shipping, it doesn't really matter. We'll just check out. All right, so still no pop-up. Let's do king size direct. Okay, so now we have about $200 worth of items in our shopping cart. So we're going to check out now. Hopefully we can get a pop-up. Still not getting a pop-up. So let me go back to Safari. So here we go. So after four attempts, I finally was able to get Express.com to offer me their Express credit card account. Okay, so this is proof. This is proof. It may not work on the first time. It may not work on the second time. It doesn't matter. If you have to take an hour just to go through multiple accounts, it's all good because now I've been pre-approved. I've been pre-approved. So this was a longer video. I'm going to make sure to condense this quite a bit. But as you can see here, I put in my information. Right here, I put $320 worth of items. And now it's saying you're pre-approved. All right. So now I'm not going to go through with it, but the only thing that I would do is I would hit accept. I would hit accept. It may ask me for some additional basic information, name, verification of address, and they should ask me for my last four of my social. That's fine. You can put the last four. If any website asks you to put your full social security number, don't do it. The last four is fine because that's pretty much just a pre-screen anyway. So, but regardless, this works. I'm going to leave this up here for just a second and show you guys again why you want to do this. If you are a student, if you just came out of bankruptcy, if you don't have a strong enough credit score to get some unsecured cards from the major banks, right? If you if you don't have a strong enough score or if you don't have the income to go out and get multiple secured cards and put 500 down here, 500 down there, trust me, it's fine. As long as you can do the shopping cart trick, do this 2 or 3 times and start making payments. 3 payments this month, 3 payments that month. By the end of the year, you're going to have dozens and dozens and dozens of on time payments, and that's going to increase your score. It's going to increase your score, guys. So this was a longer video, but again, I'm going to condense this. This is how the shopping cart trick works. So I'm doing this in January 2021. So that is proof that the shopping cart trick still works. It may take several times, it may take several attempts. It's all good. It took me about maybe 30, 40 minutes to go through multiple websites, but it works. And all I would have to do is accept it. I don't have to go through with the $320 worth of items in my cart. Once I'm accepted and I get the account, I'll just exit out of this browser. I don't have to pay anything out of pocket right now. And within about 2 or 3 weeks, I should get a letter in the mail with an Express gift card, or excuse me, a store card. And what I would do, I would take that store card, and a lot of times they'll give you like an incentive. So, like a 20, 25% off your first order, something to that effect. Once you get the card in the mail, probably 2 weeks, you're going to go ahead and register. and you're going to be able to log into your community account. This is the account where you can make your payments, you can schedule your payments, you can request the credit line increase, and I haven't seen this yet on YouTube or any of the courses, so I wanted to make sure to include this in my video. So this is what it's going to look like. All the community bank websites or the store websites are all going to look the same because they're all community. The only thing that's going to change, so regardless if you have J. Crew, regardless if you have Overstock, regardless if you have Victoria's Secret, the login page to manage your account is going to look exactly the same. The only difference is, as you can see here, the logo of the store that you have an account with is just going to be displayed. Everything else is going to be the same. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to log in and I'm going to show you what I meant about requesting that credit line increase. Perfect. Here we go. So now you see that I'm in the dashboard of my Overstock account. This is where I can make my payments. This is where I can see my statements. This is where I can do quite a bit of a few things here. The only thing I want you to pay attention to as of right now is this button here, request an increase. So when you go ahead and you get your account activated from any of the cards, any of the stores, get your card, make the payment, buy one thing for about 50 bucks, 40 bucks, who cares what it is. Pay it off in full, just pay it off. Charge it on your card and then pay it off immediately. You don't have to purchase a product every single month in order to have positive reporting every single month. You don't have to do that. For me, my strategy is once every 5, maybe 6 months. Or if you want to do it every quarter, that might be better just to keep the account active. Buy something for pretty cheap, pay it off, let the account sit for 2, 3, 4 months, use your card again, buy something again for another 30, 40 bucks, do it again, rinse and repeat. Every 30 to 45 days, I want you to log in, go into your account, and select request an increase. Request an increase. So when you hit this button, they're going to ask you for some verification. What is your income? And probably some generic information like that. And then you can submit a request to get an increase. Every 30 to 45 days, I want you to do this because when I initially started with my account, I forgot what the amount initially was. I want to say it might have been like 1,500. As you can see now, it's 4,400 with Overstock, and it hasn't been that long. So this is the part where people really don't give you this information. They just tell you to do the shopping cart trick and then that's it. I'm telling you, once you get that account, make sure you use this button at least every 30 to 45 days so that by the end of 1 year, you can have 5,000 and up. So this is going to be another positive trade line, primary trade line, reporting on your credit reports. That's going to boost your credit score. All right. I hope that this video was valuable. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Please check out the Credit Codes course where I go into a lot more tips, a lot more strategy on how you can get your score into the high 700s. See you in the next video.